I won a state level dance competition in Kathak.
I pursue my passion for shooting. It's like the shooting which you'd see in the Olympics.
I had recorded my first music cover on YouTube. I had uploaded it and it has gotten over 500 views now.
At TCU1, I've really received the support which I needed to practice both my passion alongside my academics. And it's really become possible for me now. I receive the support. Teachers modify assignment deadlines when I have to go for competitions. My teacher last week, she noticed that I was struggling in algebraic expressions. So she stayed back for 15 minutes with me after the class by using different examples until I got a hold of the concept.
Even if you're a NEET or JEE student, the teachers understand the importance of being in NEET or JEE. They give assignments related to NEET and JEE and also they turn concepts of normal chapters into how they would come in competitive exams. After researching a lot, I got to know NIS is a approved board and is equivalent, so it's equivalent to CBSE and ICSE. And universities don't check the board, they check your entrance exams, your grades, but they also check how much skills you have. It's not the easy way out, it's actually a better way.
Hello, and welcome back to our podcast. Today, I'm super excited just because of the reason that I've got three lovely students from the class of one joining us today. We have today with us Niyati, Rhythm, and Gurnur joining us for this lovely conversation that we are going to take ahead. I'll be very honest. Through our previous podcast, we have received innumerous questions from parents, from students, and from the different communities throughout. Through those questions, there are few legitimate questions. Is this a real school? Does actual schooling take place over here? What about the discipline? What about the different kind of perspectives that the students need to be taught about? So today here we are. We are not going to learn anything from the administrators end, parents end, or even from the teachers end. Today we are going to learn it directly from the ones who live that life every day and learn from the basics to even the higher standards. Welcome, dear students. How are you all?
I'm fine, ma'am.
Fine? Just fine?
I'm great.
Okay. All right. Let us start with the introduction of the students. So, Gurnur, first let's start with you. Tell me everything about yourself, your name, your class, how long have you been associated with the class of one?
Hi everyone, I'm Gurnur and I'm almost in class 6. Right now I'm in class 5. So it has been 2 years that I'm in TCO1. And one thing I really love about the school is that I get to learn at my own pace while still having my teachers guide me every step of the way. Outside of studies, I'm really passionate about learning music and I always learn my synthesizer after my classes daily.
Wow, that's really awesome. Rhythm, what about you?
Hello, ma'am. I'm Rhythm. I'm currently in class 8 and I've been with TCO1 for about a year and a half until now. What I love the most about our school is the fact that they've given me so much opportunity and so much freedom to explore so many career options. And through this, I really think that I have found my calling for Kathak. TCU1 allows me to pursue my passion for Kathak without compromising on my academics, which is really important for me because I don't want to compromise on either of them. So I can attend my dance classes in the afternoon and I can still stay on top of my schoolwork through the recorded sessions, which I can review after school at my own pace.
Wow, a career oriented girl at such a tender age? That's really awesome. Okay, Niyati, you are the senior most out here as I can see. So, what about you?
Hi, I'm Niyati. I'm in class 10th and I've been with the class of one for 2 years now. What really drew me to TCU1 was its personalized approach to learning. I'm really interested in criminology and forensic psychology, which isn't a traditional career path. But TCO1's career counseling has been perfect in guiding me towards that goal. I get to go through online courses alongside my regular studies because of the flexible timing.
Wow. At such a tender age, you're already thinking about, criminology and all those hefty kind of career options, which are seriously, you are absolutely right that they are not the traditional ones. Okay, so before we go ahead further, I just wanted to know one thing. How many of you were in the offline schools before joining your TCO1?
I
I
I
was.
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 Oh, so all three of you were. Okay, so let's talk about that experience. How was that experience?
I was in an offline school until class 3. Honestly, it was very tiring. I had to wake up at 6 a.m. Now, ma'am, tell me who likes to wake up at 6
Not
a.m.?
me, also.
And then I had to catch the cab by 6:30. Then I would reach to school by 8. And then once I used to come back from school, it used to be 3:30 in the afternoon. And after when I reach home, then I would want some rest. And after that, I wouldn't get time to do my music. And then I would do my studies and then sleep for the next day.
Oh, my poor tiny tot.
I always felt like I was rushing.
That's
Same here, ma'am.
obvious.
Same here, ma'am. Actually, I was in offline school until class 6. So my schedule was so rigid. I had about 8 periods a day. Then I would have homework. If I wanted to do anything else, as you know, I'm really passionate about Kathak. So if I wanted to squeeze in my classes, I would have to do it in the late evening along with my tuitions. Now I would be exhausted by the end of the day and I would have no time for homework. So it became really hard for me to balance these things out. So I constantly felt like I was choosing between my academics and my passion.
Okay.
I was in an offline school till class 8. What frustrated me most was their one size fits all approach. Everyone had to learn at the same pace, same textbook, and the same subjects. I was not getting time to continue for my passion. I always felt dismissed and always felt bored because when I came home, I thought that I had learned nothing I was really passionate about.
Wow, this is fascinating. It's like that you guys have experienced both the worlds all throughout. Okay, so let me just, ask you the next set of that question. The thing is that as you have experienced both the worlds, how has it been? Like, what was that moment that you realized that no, I want something different from this offline school and I need to switch it away?
For me, it was when I got selected for a singing competition, but it was on a school day. My principal told me that attendance was mandatory, so I couldn't go. I was so heartbroken that my parents saw how sad I was. So they started looking into alternatives and they found TCO1 and they realized that I could have quality education and not miss out on special opportunities that matter to me.
Wow. That's a very, very obvious reason, of course. What about you, Rhythm?
Ma'am, I actually vividly remember that day. I was really heartbroken because I was selected for an amazing opportunity, a state level dance competition,
Wow.
and but it was alongside my midterms, and I felt like I had to choose between both of them, but I really wanted to pursue my passion alongside my academics. My dance teacher said I needed a lot of practice for such an opportunity, but my school timings made that impossible for me. My mom saw me crying one night because I obviously felt like I was failing at both of them. So after that day, we started looking into alternatives and we came upon TCO1, which after we attended an orientation session seemed like the perfect solution for me. Now look, I'm 1.5 years in and not regretting my choice.
That's really great. And what about you, Niyati?
For me, it was during a career counseling session. I told the counselor that I was interested in criminology, and she said the usual, just focus on science for now. You can look about that later. But I wanted to someone to know about my passion, to give importance to it, not dismiss it. I was nervous because I didn't know what to do. Then I heard about TCO1. I told my mother about it and we attended a orientation. Then I was nervous on the first day but also excited.
Thank you guys for sharing these so obvious reasons for that change. And I can clearly see that you were not running away from the challenges. In fact, you were like seeking for the best opportunity that you guys can have. And as I can get from your answers, you have, I think, chosen the correct place for you guys.
Yes,
Hmm?
ma'am.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
really great. All right, guys. So here's a very big question, which everyone, not just the parents, but everyone keep on asking me. You guys are studying online. You are there on the screen all the time. You are like learning from the screen and not meeting anyone physically. So how is it like? How is it different from the real kind of teaching? And how is it different from just learning from any of the recorded videos or just the YouTube videos? So this is one very particular question that I keep on getting. So I'll start with you, Gurnur. You are at TCU1. Just walk me through your entire day. How is it like how your classes are, at what time does it start, and what does your actual class look like?
Sure. My classes start from 9 a.m. to usually go about 1 p.m. with short breaks in between. Every class is live and interactive. So the teachers say that we have to keep our cameras on so that it all feels like we're all sitting together in a live class.
Wow.
And then after discussing the chapter, the teachers they use polls, quizzes, and sometimes even put us in breakout rooms to discuss concepts with each other.
That's really great. So you have discussion times also.
Yeah, the teachers can also tell if we are zoomed out or not, like if we are on another screen or not, because by looking at the camera only they can tell that. And if they see that you're on another screen, they'll call on you.
That is why they are teachers, right? That's really great. Okay, Rhythm. You are in a senior class, then of course her. So you might be having some kind of those integrated topics and all. So how does it feel like a very different thing from your regular schooling or the offline schooling that you were doing earlier to now at TCO1?
Ma'am, in an offline school, we typically had about 40 to 50 students in a class. And whenever the teacher would be explaining something, or when I would have a doubt, I would feel really hesitant to raise my hand and ask because I didn't want to slow everyone down or look like I wasn't smart enough. So I would just nod along and then I would struggle with my homework later. At TCO1, I've noticed this difference in me because the teachers are so supportive and the class sizes are much smaller. The teachers actually check in with each other and they make the environment very comfortable for us. My teacher last week, she noticed that I was struggling in algebraic expressions. So she stayed back for 15 minutes with me after the class by using different examples until I got a hold of the concept. Plus, all our classes are recorded. So if I ever need to review anything or I miss a session, I can review the classes at my own pace. And there are doubt clearing sessions where I can ask questions without any hesitation.
Wow, Rhythm. That's a huge and significant difference that you can or anyone can have. But there is one more thing. Like normally the students in your age, after the school hours, they go in for those extra tuitions and all that stuff for that proper learning to be inculcated. So what about you? Do you also go for tuitions in the evening?
No, ma'am, not at all. Actually, that was the biggest surprise for me because I've seen my cousins. They go for home tuitions and other to tuition centers about 2 to 3 hours after school, and they're really exhausted by the end of the day. Because they feel the need to go to tuitions because I feel that their teachers don't explain the concepts thoroughly and they don't get a hold of them. So at TCO1, I feel that all the concepts our teachers they go through, they make sure we understand and grasp the topic very well. And so I can spend the few free hours which I have in the evening to just socialize with my friends and family or use that extra time for self study or to pursue my classes in Kathak. So that's been a really big support and help for me since I've joined TCO1.
Wow, that's really commendable. So, Niyati, next question to you, because you are at such a crucial stage of your life. You told that you are in 10th standard, and 10th standard, like, it has been such a kind of that dramatic factors in our own lives also. It was such a stage. We were so nervous, board classes, everything kept on happening. So, how is the senior secondary program at TCO1 helping you out, or you are also in that same dramatic kind of field right now?
That's such an important question because in 10th grade, most of the kids are usually stressed, but I'm not. Because at TCO1, I really get to ask my doubts, go through sessions daily, and get time to study at my own because I don't have to go to tuitions or daily coaching. And even if you're a NEET or JEE student, you also, the teachers understand the importance of being in NEET or JEE. They give assignments related to NEET and JEE and also help with, they turn concepts of normal chapters into how they would come in competitive exams. They change assignment due dates for students who have NEET and JEE exams. So at the end, at TCU1, you're not really stressed being in 10th grade or doing giving any competitive exams.
Wow, means the life is stress free for all of you. Hmm,
Yeah, exactly.
that's really commendable. So, my generalized question for all of you now, is this kind of that approach that you have, less homework and everything that you guys have been, telling us through? So, is it like TCO1 is much easier, or is it the kind of regulated learning and the fundamental basics that you guys are getting? What is it?
It's definitely not easier. The learning approach is just different and honestly better. Instead of getting 50 math problems that test the same concept at once, we get projects that test different concepts together. We had to design a garden layout using geometry concepts like shapes, perimeters, angles. It was fun but also challenging. It felt like something we do in real life, not just textbook exercises.
Wow.
Exactly. It's about quality over quantity. We do project based learning rather than just rote memorization, which actually makes learning very much enjoyable for us. So, we work on group collaboration and our presentation skills. So, instead of solving 50 repetitive problems that all test the same concept, we do one project which makes us understand the whole concept and makes us learn things in a much better way than we actually would. So, it's actually much better than just reviewing learning formulas, which we'll forget the next week.
Absolutely.
And at the end, I would add that assignments at TCU1 build real world skills. They're not just questions which are just tick the box or MCQs. They build real world skills which also require brain, which employers and universities actually care about.
So, what I'm hearing from you guys is that it is the real world kind of education that TCO1 is providing you, and not just that kind of rote memorization thing and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, then one more very, kind of legitimate question that keeps on coming. You guys are always on screen, online, okay? And isn't that something which is like isolating, because you're not meeting anyone in physical form? So, don't you feel like you are missing out on something? And as a whole school kind of experience or something like that, is it so?
No, not
No.
at
No,
all,
not
ma'am.
at
No?
all.
Oh, I get an kind of a unanimous answer from all three of you. No, not at all. Okay. So, quick question: who have made genuine friends out here?
I
I
I
have.
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 Okay. Okay, another unanimous question. Sorry, the answer. All right. So, Gunur, who is your best friend out here?
My best friend name is Zara. She's from Bangalore. I'm from Delhi. We've never met in real life, but we bond over in shared experiences and we help each other out with homework. So distance doesn't make friendship less real.
That's really sounding. Rhythm, what about you?
Ma'am, I've made a few friends from all over India and even some international students. One of my close friends, she lives in Dubai. and it's given me such a broad perspective compared to my old school, where everyone was from the same neighborhood. I've learned so much from her.
So, have you visited Dubai in the virtual sense or not yet?
Yes, she has definitely given me many tours around Dubai.
That's what real friendship sounds like. Okay, Niyati, what about you?
I have friends all over India and even a few internationally. My main friends are from Hyderabad, Kolkata, and Bangalore. I would just say distance doesn't stop friendships, they actually build it more because we always talk over video calls and messages.
That's really great. So you have friends spread throughout, and this really gives me that insight that the location does not limit your bonding with anyone. Awesome. Okay, so but here's something that people usually say. It's not me who's saying, okay? So it is the people's perspective, uh, Niyati, because you are the senior one out here. Online friends aren't real. That's what one question I got it in my previous podcast also. Online friends are not real, and just because you haven't met them physically, so how do you respond to this kind of questions?
I get why people say that, especially the older generation. They have seen friendships going real life, going to the park together, but it's actually not about that. I was sick last week, and my friends showered me with get well messages, sent me notes that I had missed. So I would say friendship is not just about physically being next to each other in classrooms where you just say hi or talk to each other during lunch breaks. It's about a real bond and care.
Absolutely, that is one thing which is definitely required. That's really great. So Gunur, what do you want to add in, into it? Do you guys really miss something out?
No, not at all. I'd say my TCO1 friends understand me better than some friends I have in my neighborhood. We bond over shared experiences in class, help each other out with homework. So honestly, a distance doesn't make friendship less real. Even-
Absolutely right. Distance really does not matter. Rhythm, not niyati. Niyati, you need to pause. Rhythm. Another very, set of questions that I keep on receiving. What about the other things like those annual days, sports events? Then there was someone asking for even the cultural programs. And these are a big part of everyone's lifestyle. And they inculcate a lot of like bonding and another perspective to your life. So don't you guys miss on that?
Not at all, ma'am. Ma'am, TCO1, as you know, has its own virtual and physical events. So we do get to meet each other in person. And
Okay.
as for the celebrations, the last event we had was a virtual Diwali event where students from different regions told us how they celebrate Diwali in their region. So I learned so much about regional variation, which I had not even known before. So we also have global MUNs, many competitions, innovation clubs, and many celebrations. And we do have physical meetups where we actually get to meet our classmates. So it's not purely virtual.
Wow.
The events at TCU1 build real world skills. They're not just about rehearsing every day the same dance and the same routine and just doing it for 5 minutes in the annual day for parents to clap on. In TCU1, we get to know so much about different events, different regions, different countries, and we also learn how they celebrate things differently.
That's actual thing. Like annual days, I remember. We were just like puppets standing on the stage. That exactly 5 minutes or so, get the claps and go away. What about you?
I miss some things like running around the playground during break time, but I've gained so much more. Friends from different cultures, exposure to different perspectives, and much more time with my family. Honestly, that's valuable too.
Absolutely, it is. Like looking and hearing to you all, I am gaining a lot of perspectives that you guys have been gaining throughout this. so much of cultural exchange is taking place, and the kind of values that you guys are inculcating from around the globe, that is like a global exposure that is being, given to you all at such a tender age, which is commendable. Well done, guys. So, moving to my next question that keeps on popping in, I'm gonna ask you a lot of questions that my previous podcast viewers have, asked. We are gonna answer them all today. So, next is, I have noticed something from your introduction, guys, that you guys have had time for pursuits beyond academics. You are doing dancing, you are singing, you are dancing, and you are into criminology, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
what is it? Like, is it the TCU one that has made everything very easy for you, or is it the kind of different fundamental learning experience that you guys are getting? What is it like? So, Gunu, let me just start with you. How is your actual day at TCU one? Like, what about the classes? How your day proceeds ahead? And then after your school hours, how does your day look like?
So my classes start from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. with short breaks in between. And then after that, I have lunch with my family, which is really nice because in my old school, I used to have lunch in a very noisy cafeteria and I'd barely talk to anyone. So then after that, for an hour, I would do my music practice with my music teacher who comes home. And then after that, I would do my studies because it's not just a homework, it's something focused and meaningful. And after that, when I'm free, then I get to go in the kitchen and help my mom out. And then once I'm free from that, I get to play with my cousins who live nearby, or even not, or even if I don't play with them, I just read some books, which I just enjoy reading. The biggest difference is no commute time. 2 hours I used to spend from traveling to school. Now those hours are mine to use productive.
Rhythm. You told me that you are very keen into dancing and practice Kathak very vigorously. So, when you were there in that offline school, so what kind of difference that you see, like, doing Kathak in those times, like 1.5 years ago, and in today's time?
Hey, ma'am, I've been meaning to answer this one. So, at my offline school, it was so exhausting. My schedule was so hectic. Every day, waking up early, going to school, coming back would take me about 1 hour because of so much traffic and pollution nowadays. It would give me a headache. I would want to sleep after that, get some rest in, but I couldn't. I had my dance classes around 5, and I would not give my best at then, and I would feel really disappointed in myself seeing my teacher work so hard with me, but I would not be able to give my best. School timings made pursuing my passion alongside my academics impossible. At TCU1, I've really received the support which I needed to practice both my passion alongside my academics. And it's really become possible for me now. I receive the support. Teachers modify assignment deadlines when I have to go for competitions. If I ever miss anything, I can ask for recorded classes, which I can review again at my own pace. So, teachers are very supportive and understanding of my choices, which I make to pursue my passion. I even won a state level dance competition like this.
Wow, that's really awesome. We are having a state champion over here, guys. Okay, so Niyati, one very, very important question from you. You mentioned that you are, looking for a career in criminology or maybe forensic psychology, but many of your classmates are practicing for NEET, JEE, and the other competitive exams. I know because I have been through it. Taking ahead board classes and the preparation for these kind of competitive exams together is brutal. So how is TCO1 like, helping you guys out for preparing such a kind of competitive exams alongside your board preparations?
I've been meaning to say this because I've seen my batchmates and they are in NEET and JE. They get so much help from teachers at TCO1. They have less assignment because they need to pursue with their mock exams of JEE and NEET. They get time to study, and they don't have to rush to coaching after coming back from school. If you were in an offline school, you would start from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's school time, and then rush to coaching. At 9:30 p.m. you come home almost half dead and super exhausted. And after that you still have homework from both coaching and the school. At TCO1 with the flexible timings, you get time for both. You have classes till 2 o'clock, and then after that you get time to rest, eat, and get the much needed rest each NEET or JE student needs. And then after that you can be very relaxed and just go to the coaching, come back home not stressed about homework because of the less homework and less assignments.
That's much of help like you would, rather get from anyone around. And this relaxes not just the students but the parents so much. Really great. Okay, so let me ask this question from all three of you. Okay, so what have you guys achieved through the flexibility that TCO1 has provided you all? And like, if you would have been there in an offline school altogether, would you have been able to achieve that specific thing down? So I want that specific answer, okay?
I had recorded my first cover, music cover.
Wow, at such a tender age itself.
Yeah, on YouTube I had uploaded it, and it has gotten over 500 views now.
Great.
Without TCO1, I wouldn't have gotten the time to edit, make, and put cuts in between.
Absolutely. What about your Rhythm?
Ma'am, as I mentioned, I won a state level dance competition in Kathak, and I've even did a online course in Kathak theory, which I have now received a certification at.
So the budding artists, and what about you?
I pursue my passion for shooting. I really get time to shoot, to go to shooting.
So what kind of shooting is that? Is that like the camera shooting? What is it?
It's like the shooting which you see in the Olympics.
Oh,
Yeah. So I go to the shooting course, the shooting place for 3 times a week. I get time for it because the TCO1 has not really pressured me much to continue it. And if I was in offline school, I wouldn't have been able to pursue it because of the tight schedule, and then after that the tuitions and homework. But I really get time to pursue it, and I go to a shooting range for 3 times a week.
absolutely. I can feel you that year. So Niyati, post this, I just want to ask you one very specific question about the TCO1 senior secondary program that you are into. Like, there is always that kind of competition or a jiff going on between the NIOS board and the CBSE, and you are associated with TCO1's senior secondary program supported by NIOS board. So, what was that something that made you choose this pathway?
Yes, absolutely. I was concerned for the same thing. But after researching a lot, I got to know NIS is a approved board and is equivalent. So it's equivalent to CBSE and ICSE. And universities don't check the board. They check your entrance exams, your grades, but they also check how much skills you have. They check your admissions, the university exams, and they check your portfolio. They don't check what board you studied, what grades you got. And TCO1 is the teachers at TCO1 are helping me build my university admissions, my portfolios, my presentations, and also reviewing my criminology researches. So I'm not really worried that I'm from NIOS or anything like that, because due to NIOS, TCO1 is there, and because of TCO1 I am very relaxed about my university admissions.
Wow, that's really like sorry, the burden off shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so that's like a complete perspective that you guys are also getting. You are also upcoming to that level. So, focusing on what truly prepares you right now is something that is really required and be future ready. Okay, moving to the next, let's talk about the future then. Okay, so because of this, like untimely education is about preparing for a life after school. So, how is TCO1 preparing you guys for that tiny, mini, little steps that you guys will be taking up next? So, Niyati, let's start again with you only. Okay, senior most, take the lead. So, Niyati, let's start with you. Now, what kind of plans are you having for the competitiveness that you will be facing in 12th standard? And how is TCO1 senior secondary program helping you work towards that particular goal that you have already set for
As I
yourself?
already said, TCON senior secondary program is helping me build the skills to go to universities, complete 12th, and I'm already focused on my goal, which is doing pursuing criminology, which most kids are still struggling on what to choose. But with TCO1 senior secondary program, I really get time to go through my university applications. The teachers are helping me build the applications and helping me do in mock interviews which will be happening during the universities. They're giving me examples of the mock exams that will be happening in the entrance exams that will be happening in the universities.
Wow, that's a complete real time experience that you are getting. Like preparing for interviews, I have never heard about it happening anywhere around. So, this is really something that your teachers are doing great. You must congratulate them from my end also.
Yeah.
Okay. But there is, something which I would like to add on to it. Have you ever researched, whether universities and colleges would actually accept your application because you are there from, the certificate of TCO1 that you'll be getting? So, will they be able to accept it? What kind of
I
it?
did have a slight doubt about it because I thought they wouldn't take it. But after researching and asking my teachers, they said that it's equivalent to CBSE and ICSE, and there won't be any fault having that certificate from NIS. What universities actually care about is the entrance exam scores and my portfolios.
Okay, that's great. So, Rhythm, you are just a few years, behind and really would be going ahead further towards your career oriented paths and all. So, what do you think? Is TCO1 really preparing you out for that futuristic goals that you've set? And how is it that different from that the offline school that you had earlier?
Ma'am, it's actually really different. I feel much more supported because in my offline school, careers options would be limited to engineer, doctor, or maybe a teacher. But I want to explore more. So, through the TCO1's DTI Innovation Club, I get to learn about AI and technology. So, it has opened my eyes to newer possibilities and so many more career paths. And I get to learn about the basic tools of AI, and I am now genuinely interested in game design as a career option combined with my creativity, of course. We have SDG based programs where we talk about impacts like social issues and sustainability as well. So it's really supporting me, and since AI is the times need and it's almost in every field that we go into, it's really opened my eyes.
That's such a huge perspective that you have developed at such a tender age. And I'm really fascinated that how closely the world is growing up. Okay, so there is one, like, this question keeps on popping in my head. Has anyone ever, like a relative, neighbors, friends, elders in the family, anyone ever questioned you about your choice of that online schooling, and what answer have you actually given to them?
My uncle kept asking me that, are you really learning anything by sitting at home in an online class? So I showed him my project on water conservation. It had research, data, everything it could possibly have. So then my uncle said, wow, this is better than I see what my kids are doing in school. So he asked about TCO1 and he was looking forward to putting his kids in TCO1.
Wow, that's really great.
So, mom, for me, it's actually my grandmother. She lives with us, so she was really concerned at first. You'll become lazy. And how will you study without a teacher standing in front of you? And I understand her concern because she comes from a generation where online school didn't exist.
Absolutely.
So it's really what changed her mind was seeing me complete my assignments on time, participating actively. And when I won my dance competition, she was so proud of me. You know what she said? She said to me, maybe this online school is doing something right. And now she boasts about it to her friends.
That's really great. So your grandmother is like an open advertisement of the school going on.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, Niyati. You being in the senior most classes, does any time this question has arrived in front of you that online schools are not being taken seriously by the universities, why are you here, or anything like that?
I have been asked these questions, and I would say that I look at what really matters, what really is important to the universities, to the employers. What really matters is your skills, your confidence, and about your knowledge. And it's not just about your online, if you're in an online school and offline school, that doesn't really make a difference because we all give competitive exams, we all give the entrance exams of universities. So what really matters is the entrance exams, the portfolios, the interviews, everything like that. But it doesn't matter if you're in an online school or an offline school.
Absolutely. It is about the confidence that you guys are showing right now, also. It's not arrogance. It's not like, something has just bursted out of the cloud or something. It's pure confidence that I can see in all three of you. And I think your school is doing wonders in building that confidence amongst you guys. Commendable job, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Moving to my next and maybe the last segment itself. All right. So here is something that parents worry a lot about. I will read out their exact question, which they keep on popping towards me. So the parents worry about constantly is one, discipline. You are home. How do you stay focused? What stops you from just not attending classes or getting distracted? And be honest towards this thing. So let's start with Rhythm this time. Okay, so Rhythm, let me start with you. It is very easy to get distracted in an online platform for the obvious reasons. So are you less disciplined, more disciplined in this platform that you are getting? So how is your school like functions towards your discipline part?
Honestly, ma'am, I thought it might be really easy to slack off, but it's actually not. We have to keep our cameras on at all times. It's a really strict policy that we have. And then one day, our teacher actually saw students slacking off. He seemed a bit zoned out, and so the ma'am called on him and asked him a question and really put him on the spot. But it's actually really important that teachers watch all of us for engagement, that either we are participating, and they take individual reports on each student. And they really have time to do so because the class sizes are so much smaller than in an offline school. So secondly, we have assignments and attendance tracking. So it's not like you can skip a class and no one will notice. There is tracking and records which the teachers all keep. So our parents are always notified of our missing classes or any assignments. We always have like reports in our PTMs. Proper reports are given. So
Oh, that's really interesting to know. That's commendable. Okay. That's about the school monitoring system and all that stuff going on. But what about your own self discipline? Has TCO1 been able to inculcate that self discipline part in you?
yes, ma'am, definitely, without a question. I have become more self disciplined and self motivated. I complete my assignments on time. I manage my own study schedule. My parents have noticed a lot of change in me. I study by myself. I plan my day out around my classes. I schedule all my things. I prioritize tasks. I actually also have a planner in which I write things down on the tasks
Wow.
which I have to do throughout my day. So my parents have told me that I have become more motivated, organized, responsible, are the reviews which I get from everyone. So I think that these are real world skills which I would actually need in my future, and they have helped me a lot till now.
That's really great. Gunur, what's your parents' perspective from day one till now? Has that also changed?
Yes, it has changed. My parents first thought that, oh, maybe I wouldn't be giving enough attention to the class since it's online. I might zoom out or I can go on to another screen. So before, what my parents used to do, they used to check on me that if I'm on another screen or no. But then when they kept checking on me, then they saw that I was actually not zooming out. I was paying attention in class. And what surprised them was that my grades they improved. So that's why now they seem like TCO1 is the best choice they've ever made for me.
Okay, Niyati, I have a tough one for you. If anyone would ever say to you, like, online schooling is like an easy way through, just, you are just removing the obstacles around and taking an easy path, what would your answer be?
I would tell them to try it out because adjusting your whole schedule with live classes, paying attention to classes, it's actually really difficult because you have to pay attention. You can't zone out, like Gurnoor said. And it's also really hard for a normal student to watch me do all this very nicely. Like, if you say a offline school student, they see me doing this and they're really confused at how am I so focused. But I say that it's not the easy way out, it's actually a better way.
So, what I can say right now is that TCO1 isn't lowering the standards for you guys. In fact, it is boosting so many of the various disciplines according to the times that it is required in today's time, be it the confidence, be it the self discipline factor, or maybe it is the competitiveness that you are able to
Yeah.
accommodate in your life. That's really great, guys. So, before I think we will be wrapping up soon, so before wrapping up, just the final lines that I would like to know. Firstly, Niyati, from you, like that one particular thing which you think that your TCO1, as you keep on saying, is standing out from other schools, be it online, offline, does not matter. What makes it stand out?
I would say it's the teachers. They really guide us into every single thing. They're not like other schools, which they just, we ask them a doubt and they just say, explain it once and move on. They give us examples. They keep telling us, they keep answering our questions no matter how much we ask, even if it's the same question. They help in TMA submission since I'm in grade 10th. They help with TMA, study centers, the classes, everything. They guide me through every single thing, answer my daily questions which I have for TMAs. They help me with my registration and everything else regarding the 10th grade.
Wow, that's great. So, like, um every headache is being taken by your teachers.
Yeah.
Really good. Rhythm, what about you? That's just one single piece that makes TCO1 stand out from everything else around.
The DTI Club, the Innovation Council recognition, exposure to new fields like AI and technology. It makes TCO1 more forward thinking.
Wow. Gurnur, my last question comes to you. We'll wrap up with you. Just one thing that you would like to suggest to any child or any parent who would, be seeking an admission further ahead, maybe in TCO1, just like trying to switch from an offline or an online school towards a new perspective.
I'd say that you should join TCO1 because I was nervous too about making friends, about will I study well, will my grades be good. Well, here I am now in front of you, I'm sitting here. So I don't think so students at my age could get this chance, this opportunity to sit and record a podcast here live.
Absolutely. So, viewers, you have got their complete insight about TCO1, about how their day is at their school, and online learning is no more like a question mark thing, but it is a real thing in today's world. We will see you until next time with new faces, with new perspectives coming from the class of one. Until then, take care and see you again.